Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Kansas City Royals rebuild here on MLB The Show 23. It is everybody's favorite episode. It is Draft, All-Star Weekend, or All-Star Week, I guess, and Trade Deadline. The entire month of July in this episode. There's going to be a lot to go down, so I hope you guys stick around for it all, because I don't know what we're going to be doing at the trade deadline. Do we continue to ride the hot streak that we've been feeling here in the month of June, and now a little bit into July, but we lost the first game of the month of July? Or do we not necessarily blow it up, but do we send Logan Webb to another team? Because he is certainly not the pitcher he was a year ago. I don't know. There's things that we need to talk about and things that could happen in today's episode that might change the Royals as a franchise forever. As far as the trade block is concerned, I mean, obviously there's always going to be a guy like Jackson Holliday. For some reason, in MLB The Show, there's always a guy like that on the trade block. I don't think we have the assets to get him, and I really am not in the market to get him because we have a bunch of infielders that I like already. So we're not really in the market for that. We would be in the market for a pitcher, and there's not really any that I'm interested in on the block. So if we are going to be making a trade with Logan Webb, one, it would have to be somebody that's cheap, because we're negative $3 million over. So it would have to be somebody that's a high overall, not necessarily a 90, but somebody that's a decent high overall, and somebody that is respectable, and somebody that I would absolutely go for. Now, I'm pretty sure last episode, weren't we talking about George Kirby? I think it was the George Kirby deal. Because I was also going to grab Harry Ford. We were going to do this trade. Logan Webb for George Kirby and Harry Ford, straight up, which would give us another catcher. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It would give us another catcher to put in the system, if I can get back to the Mariners. If we do this, and we go over to the starting pitchers. So it would give us the pitcher to replace Logan Webb, which is George Kirby. And to be fair, George Kirby's not having much better of a season than Logan Webb is. But we signed Logan Webb to a bigger deal, and we've got George Kirby on $5.1 million for the rest of this season, and then arbitration, which is probably going to be around the same. So that's a lot more expensive than the $19 million we're paying Logan Webb right now. But if we added Harry Ford, who is a B potential 81 overall catching prospect, who is playing in AAA and doing very well. If we added him, who's only 24, he would go in there. And then we've also talked about possibly moving on from MJ Melendez. That's been a big topic of conversation over the past couple of seasons. So maybe Harry Ford is the replacement that we were looking for and not MJ. Or maybe it's Brett McKay that we talked about last episode in the prospect showcase, or maybe it's Babe Lance. There's a couple different prospects that we have in the catching organization, or in the organization that are catchers, that I like. But if we add Harry Ford to that, that could be a possibility. And when I remember going through these starting pitchers, and there wasn't really anybody that fit the criteria we were looking for other than George Kirby, because he's 1 year younger, which that doesn't technically matter too much. The main pieces is he's the same overall, he's A potential, and he is under contract for 2 seasons, and he's cheaper. He's a lot cheaper. So we'd be saving money. We'd be going back positive, which would be nice. He's not having a great season, but maybe we can turn that around and get him on a little bit of a better track. That's a possibility. We're not going to do it right now, but that is probably the biggest move we would make, at least as far as right now is concerned. But we can't focus on that because we got to focus on the MLB draft. As we lose the next game of simulation, it is time to do the Major League Draft. We're going to sim right to it, go to the draft, add our prospects, the guys that we've scouted. Who do we think is going to be available at pick number 30, or no, pick number 27, excuse me. We're not picking at the very end of the draft, but we are picking at the end, towards the end. Who do we think is the best guy that's going to be available? Now remember, Major League Baseball drafts and MLB The Show can be very unpredictable. You can have guys that are ranked in the 50s by both us and by MLB, and somebody gets taken in the top 10, and that guy could go top 10. So anything can happen in these drafts. I doubt that Victor Villarreal is available for us, but I'm definitely going to keep him on the board. just because he's got great contact for the future. He's even got great present contact, or at least the possibility of great present contact. And versus righties and lefties, he's got decent speed. He's got good arm strength. He's a good fielding, or decent fielding second baseman. He's 6'3". He can play a couple of other positions. He's an option, and he's ranked 25th. I doubt that he'd be there, but he does look pretty decent. Jarvis Beavers, we don't really need another first baseman, but he looks really good as a bat. I mean, he's got all the tools he would want. He's got the contact, he's got the power, he's got the discipline, he's got even the arm strength at first base and third base. He's a possibility. He is certainly a possibility, and he more than likely would be there more than Villarreal would be. We've also got Hubert Carr, I guess you could pronounce it. He's mainly the power left fielder with the speed. This is the type of guy that I'm looking for. A guy that has power, has a little bit of pop to him, and he can play really well in the outfield. I do like Hubert Carr. He's definitely going to be added to the board. I don't know if he'll make it, since he's projected to go 11th, or he's ranked 11th on the MLB board. We'll see what happens there. As far as starting pitchers go, we've got Lee Hu, who has really good arm strength. He probably throws upper 90s. He probably throws, I'd say, maybe 96 plus, 97 plus. He's got good stamina already off the bat, it looks like. He could be interesting. We'll keep an eye on him. I didn't mean to go out of the queue there. And then Quisenberry, I don't know if he's going to be available. He might not even be a guy that we even look for. I mean, he's big body, 6'4", 222, 19. Looks like he's got a decent arm. He could be something, maybe. Leroy Gillis, he looks better than Quisenberry does. Yeah, I think he's got more well-rounded numbers, so Gillis we'll keep an eye on. We don't really need a catcher, but this catcher, Billy Smith, does look promising. Harry Cordero is a decent contact, discipline type third baseman. He probably does really well in simulation, but maybe he's there, maybe he's not, I don't know. Another starting pitcher, John Murphy, looks really, really good. Even his present stats look pretty decent. So John Murphy's definitely a guy I got my eye on. Lee Gillespie, probably not. Jose Rosado is a really good defensive shortstop with speed. And speed kills. You can't teach speed. He's 6'4" too, so he's a big body guy. But that probably would be a second round pick. I wouldn't take him in the first round. He doesn't look like first round material to me. Chad Franco, probably not the guy. Chet McCoy, we've got him 100% scouted. He looks decent. We'll put him on the board. He could be a second round pick as well. Russell Ling looks pretty well, but we don't have him fully scouted. He looks pretty good. We don't know all about him though. I think he was one of the guys that we were finishing up before the last scouting days. Geronimo Ibar, I remember this guy because he surprised me with some of his numbers, but I don't think he's going to be one of the guys that we look for. Frank Reyes, probably not. We don't know fully how good he's going to be. His numbers are probably pretty similar since we are at 75%. So his numbers are probably pretty similar to what we have right here, but I don't think he's going to be a guy for us unless we have no other options. He could be a guy for us, and that's everybody that we had available to scout. So our board is pretty filled. Now, how many of those guys are actually going to make it there? I have no idea, but let's go to the draft and find out who the #1 overall pick is. I think the Pirates have the #1 pick, so let's find out who is going to go first. Start the MLB draft. Who is the #1 pick in the Major League Baseball draft by the Pittsburgh Pirates? It is going to be... Okay, who's this? This is going to be Terry Quintero, ranked number 3rd by Major League Baseball, number 4 by us, but we don't know much about him, so we don't know how good he's actually going to be. All right, but the #1 prospect ranked by Major League Baseball doesn't go #1. That tends to happen a lot in this game. Ooh, this guy's a little short guy. Okay, a little short, stout Philly player. It is the #4 ranked prospect, Jim Lyon. All right, center fielder. And the 3rd overall pick in the MLB draft is going to be taken by the Athletics, Oakland A's, Las Vegas A's, I guess. And it's Tony Medrano, I think is how you would pronounce that. And we don't know much about him either, but he was ranked #5. Okay, so the #1 prospect has not gone off the board just yet. Here he is right here, Todd Shipman. He's a pitcher, or a closing pitcher. That's probably why nobody's taking him, because he's a closing pitcher. Kenny Blanco, goes to the Brewers. The Reds are up now at 5, and the Reds will take... Who are the Reds going to take? They're wasting their entire 10 seconds. Alden Fry. Okay. So Blanco was a left fielding prospect, and Alden Fry is a center fielder. 19 years old. Mason Henley, he was the number 2 ranked prospect. He goes 6 to the Nationals. They might have got themselves a steal. Maybe. I wonder when that number 1 overall prospect would go. You think he would fall to the second round? If he falls to the second round, I'd take him for sure. But I doubt he falls, because we pick at 60 in the second round. I doubt he falls all the way there. Somebody would take a chance on him, whether it's late first round or early second round. Somebody would definitely take him. I kind of want to simulate to our pick, but I want to see if some of our guys go off the board. I mean, it's not like we can make a trade, so it doesn't really matter. You know what? Let's go to sim our pick. Sim to the next Royals pick. So a couple guys did go. Villarreal went. He goes number 22 to the Cardinals. Did that closing pitcher go? Is he on the board? Todd Shipman is still on the board. If he's in the second round, I'm taking him. I'm not passing up on the number 1 overall prospect. Who else went that we scouted? Nobody in the top 15. Hubert Carr did go, number 17 to the Tigers. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't think that he'd go that early. Neither did I think Lee Hugh would go. Then also Quisenberry went, but that's okay. I wasn't really thinking Quisenberry too much. Victor Villarreal I did like, but I don't think he would have been my pick. And then Jose Rosado went, and he was the defensive shortstop that had the speed. All right, so now we are up. Shipman is there, but we're not going to take him because I'm not taking a closing pitcher in the first round. I think all of the guys that I was interested in are still on the board. So we're going to have our pick of the litter of who we want. I really like John Murphy. I really think that he could be our guy. He could be our starting pitcher of the future. But I do like Harry Cordero because he's got decent contact. Billy Smith for the defensive and pop at catcher. Leroy Gillis also looks pretty good as a starting pitcher. And then you got Jamie Beavers. The only problem is we have kind of a logjam in the infield, especially at first base with Pasquantino, with Walter, with all these guys. But, I mean, Jarvis looks amazing. His potential could be really, really good. He's got 89 as his cap. John Murphy's got 85 as his cap. Does he look better than the other pitcher, Leroy Gillis? I think he does. Yeah, he looks a little bit better. Does he have a better arm than Gillis does? The accuracy's better, and the strength is about the same. Then you got Gillespie. Gillespie's got the cannon. He's got the absolute cannon of an arm. I'm torn. I don't know who to go for. Do we go for Beavers? Or do we go for John Murphy? Because I think it's between those two. Neither of them are super interested in coming here. But I think it's between these two. I doubt Murphy makes it to the second round, which is my only concern. They're both 18. They're both healthy, I think, right? Yeah, they're both healthy. I do like John Murphy. He looks really good, and we have a good group of guys in the infield, especially at first base. I think I'm gonna take John Murphy here. John Murphy just looks a little too good to pass up. He's got good control, decent control. He's got good home runs per 9. He's got good walks per 9, good strikeouts. He probably simulates pretty well. I think I'm going to take John Murphy with our first round pick. I like that. I really wanted to take Beavers. I guess if he's available in the second round, we'll take him, but I doubt that he makes it all the way there. I'm also going to add Todd Shipman to the board just because I'm curious to see if he ends up going, and I'm going to move him to the top. Actually, can I do that? There we go. So we're going to move him up to the top here with Beavers. And I'll put Gillis up there too because he did look pretty good. All right, so we're ending the first round with the Astros, the cheating Astros. That's okay. Will the number 1 overall player go? He stays, but Beavers went. Beavers went 30. That kind of sucks because I really wanted Beavers, but I just think that Murphy was the better option. I know that Beavers had the potential of having a better, or had the cap on the better potential, but I think that we took the... In the grand scheme, I think we took the better player. So we have to wait through the competitive balance round. When do we think the closing pitcher will go? I kind of want to take him. I know we didn't scout him. Who knows how good he actually is? But I mean, he's the number 1 ranked prospect for a reason. He's got to be at least decent. even if we didn't scout him all the way. But I guess if he goes, then we could take Gillis and just have double up on pitchers because they both look pretty good. Cordero also is decent. We got a couple options. I like Chet McCoy. So we got a couple options to figure out who we want to go with. I don't want to simulate to my next pick because I don't want to. It's hard to simulate because I know you can't make trades or anything, but I don't want to miss out. It's not like I can do anything if I wanted to trade or draft these guys. Reds take a player. I guess we'll wait until the competitive balance round's over, and then we'll simulate to our pick at pick 60. Who's going to get taken by the A's? Final pick of the round. It's Todd Shipman. He goes to the A's in the competitive balance round A. Well, there we go. Now we don't really have to care too much. And all of my prospects that were on my board go in the second round. Well, that is not good. Gillis goes to the Twins. Chet McCoy goes to the Giants. Gillespie goes to the 49ers, to the White Sox. Billy Smith went to the Tigers, and we are left with, there goes Cordero as well. We are left with really nothing. I mean, we have a couple guys scouted, but this is not ideal. This is not an ideal situation. We could take Frank Reyes, but we only have him 75% scouted, so we don't know if he's truly going to be as decent as he looks. It's probably going to be either him or Russell Ling. And since we already took a pitcher, and we don't know how true his ratings are because we got him to 55%, I think we just ride with the guy that we have a little bit more knowledge on. So Frank Reyes is our second pick. 82 potential is his cap. We'll find out how good he is. And then we don't pick again until pick 70 of the compensatory round. And Russell Ling is still on the board. I mean, he's the final guy that we have scouted, so we might as well take him. I doubt he's going to be as good as he looks, but we might as well have to, we have to take him because we didn't have much else. And now it's just taking flyers. We have no idea on any of these guys because we didn't get that far in scouting. So we just kind of have to guess. Who do we think is going to be good? I mean, obviously Luis Polanco looks amazing, but these ratings cannot be true for a guy that's this late in the draft. There's no way those ratings are true. Dana McGinnis is a right fielder who has amazing. Oh my, this cannot be a real player. There's no way his ratings are this good. All of his fielding and defensive stats and speed stats are amazing. His power is unbelievable. He's 6'3", so I've been looking for big body outfielders. I'm gonna take him just because I need to know if those are true ratings. There's no way that's true. There's no way he's got that good of ratings off the bat. He's gonna be a really, really bad player, I'm guessing. But I'm very curious to see. So we took him now. We've got two pitchers, so we don't have to worry about starting pitcher. We could go for a bullpen guy, I guess. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to draft a guy out of the bullpen. I don't know if there's going to be anybody that's worth drafting out of the bullpen. And the problem is we just don't know how good anybody's going to be, really. That's the problem when you don't scout too deep into the draft. There's a couple guys that look like they have decent potential and decent starting overalls, but who knows how true those actually are. Because like Johnny Strickland's got a cap of 94, but I doubt that's actually what it is. Brett Arabu. The best relief pitcher left is Abraham Cox. Does he look better than Johnny Strickland? I think Johnny Strickland has the better stats where it counts. The pitch velocity is better with Abraham Cox, but Johnny Strickland's younger. He's got better break. I think I'm going to take Johnny Strickland. That's just straight up complete guess because I have no idea how good he's going to be. And the other guy's gone as well. All right, so we've taken a bunch of pitchers. We don't need to take any more of that. This guy's got a great name, Boone Glass. I might take him just because of his name. He's a third baseman. He looks like he's going to be good, but again, we don't know much about him, so I doubt that's truly what he looks like. Adrian Sanchez could be decent, but we don't need any more pitchers. We've taken enough of those. David Yu, 5'10". I like what he's looking like here. Peter Richardson. I don't really know where to go. I don't really know where to. Rusty Paquette. He's got the cap at 99. There's no way he's actually a 99. That's just a fact. I kind of like David Yu. I'm going to take him. He looks well-rounded. I'm going to take him. But again, he's not going to be what that said. That's just a fact. All right, let's keep moving on here. There's a guy that has 99. He can't do anything. He really can't do anything except for run. He's literally just Billy Hamilton. Rico Urban also can't do anything. Oh man, the end of this draft class, the back half of this draft class looks unbelievably bad. Mark Law can't do anything. This is just a toss-up. Like, there's nobody here that I like. This guy's at least got decent fielding and defensive stats. Diego Garcia, same deal. I think I'm going to take Diego Garcia. He's going to be trash, but there's not really much else that's going to be... Everybody's going to be trash that's this late in the draft here. All these guys absolutely suck. Raymond Cahill, 6'4" right fielder. He's probably my guy, but we'll keep looking. Dale Melendez, also good defensive. We're going to take Dale Melendez. He's going to be garbage as well, but that's what we expect. All right, the draft has come to an end. I don't know how good those guys are going to be. I really hope that we hit on John Murphy because we need that. Oh, it looks like we got 2 starters in the All-Star game, though. Juan Soto, Bobby Witt. That'll be nice. Let's keep simulating here. We don't get swept by the Orioles. Actually, there was no threat of getting swept because we won the second game. I didn't see that. Ooh, we're at Busch Stadium for the Home Run Derby. We have a participant, Juan Soto, with 21 home runs, has snuck in to the Home Run Derby, so we will compete with him against Pete Alonso, Julio Rodriguez, Kyle Tucker, Alex Kirilloff, Jack Sawinski. Weird name to see in here, but whatever. Rhys Hoskins, Frank Sierra must be a prospect. And then Juan Soto. All right, let's go see if we can win the Home Run Derby with Soto.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will battle head-to-head in a single elimination bracket. In each round, the contestants will be given 4 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible. If a contestant hits 2 home runs 440 feet or further, they will earn an additional 30 seconds of bonus time. Whoever hits the most home runs will advance to the next round. Until one, let's get right to it.
All right, here we go. We are due up first because we are the final seed here in the Home Run Derby. Let's see if we can upset the #1 seeded Pete Alonso, but it's not looking good for Soto right now, as I have not hit a home run yet. We are about 30 seconds in. There we go. That was a perfect. 437. Remember, we have to get 2 440s to be able to earn ourselves 30 seconds of bonus time. And we have gotten a couple in the 400s, but nothing deep enough. This is not a good sight, especially against a guy like Pete Alonso, who's such a dangerous home run hitter. That looked like it was going to be 440 for sure, but it just goes 396. I've been kind of off my game with Juan Soto in actual live games, so struggling with him in the Home Run Derby is not a surprise, but we really need to pick this up if we want to put up a respectable number for Pete Alonso to struggle with in his first round. 2 minutes left to go. Soto with an absolute nuke. That's only 420. Blaze it. I don't know how that's only 420. 424. Why'd they have to pick Busch Stadium, one of the deepest stadiums in Major League Baseball? At least that's what it feels like. We got no more energy, and we still have 1 minute and 20 to go and only 7 long balls. There's number 8. That'll probably be my final one. I'll swing one more before our little timeout to get our energy back. Okay. We've got a total of 9 home runs with 1 minute to go and no bonus time. This is a quite embarrassing little stretch here. Maybe we can pull it back to respectable here the last 30 seconds and maybe squeeze out bonus time with the last 2 swings, because we're probably only going to get this one and one more. Maybe we can squeeze in one more after this. It's going to have to be a home run. It's not. Final swing. No chance for bonus time, and that wasn't even a home run. 10 home runs. That is, I just could never find my groove. And Pete Alonso starts with an absolute nuke on his first swing. Yeah, I doubt we move on past Pete Alonso. It's just going to be a little bit too tough. Just could never find the groove with Soto. And I haven't even hit a home run with him. I hit a home run with him a couple episodes ago, I think. But before that, I hadn't hit one with him in a long time. He is down to under 3 minutes, though. He's got one. That's 440 on the dot. I can't have Pete Alonso get himself bonus time. That would really, really hurt. He needs 6 for the win. Oh my God, how was that not deeper than 440? That was second deck. I thought that had to be at least 440. That's 439. He is 4 away from the win. He's got 2 minutes to go. Pete Alonso, don't you dare choke. I hope you do. Oh, that one felt good off the bat, but it did not go. 417. So that second deck in left field's probably not deep enough. He needs 3 for the win. He needs 2 for the win. 1 for the tie, 2 for the win. And he can't be taking swings here, I guess. Or not swinging. He has tied it. It's 10-10. 1 to win. Is that it? It is. 429. Juan Soto's been eliminated in the first round with 10 home runs. That's kind of embarrassing, if we're being totally honest. I just couldn't get anything going. Sawinski delivers 13, and Alex Kirilloff is his opponent. And he moves on with 14. So it'll be Alonso and Kirilloff in the semifinals. And it's Rhys Hoskins versus Kyle Tucker. Hoskins has 20 in his first round. Kyle Tucker will not move on, only 15. And now it's time for Frank Sierra, who has 12. Okay, so at least we're not the only one that had kind of an embarrassing performance. And it's Julio Rodriguez, who moves on probably fairly easily with 13. Hoskins, Julio, and then Alonso Kirilloff in the semifinals for a trip to the finals of the Home Run Derby. Kirilloff starts with 12. Pete Alonso has himself 13. He has had to hit not many. He's going to be really, really fresh in this final round. Hoskins has 17. Can Julio Rodriguez beat 17? That's going to be pretty tricky. And he can't do it. It's going to be Alonso versus Hoskins in the finals. Hoskins will go first, and he's got himself 16. Can Pete Alonso hit 17 home runs to win the championship? Yes, he can. Pete Alonso is your home run derby champion. There's a reason he was the number 1 seed, because he is the polar bear, and he is the best at hitting home runs in modern baseball. At least one of the best. Congratulations to Pete. He didn't have that difficult of a path to the finals, but he got there nonetheless. He still had to do it, I guess, even if it was easy. And now we've arrived at the All-Star Game. We will only be playing with our guys. We will only control our boys, and we will get to the Cardinals Stadium since that's where the Home Run Derby was being held. So the St. Louis Cardinals ballpark, Busch Stadium, is where we will be. And Sasaki's actually the All-Star starter at 9-4 with a 2.43 ERA. So we will pitch a couple innings with Roki to start this game. Do we have anybody else that's pitching? Camilo Duvall has made another All-Star team. Good for him. So we have 2 so far. And then on the lineup side, we have Juan Soto, obviously. We have Bobby Witt, who are both starters. And then we have nobody on the bench. That's okay. 4 All-Star players this season. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We will learn the National League order as we pitch with Roki Sasaki. But let's go see how the boys do in the All-Star game.
The All-Star festivities, always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show brings you the MLB All-Star Game. It's the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. John Shelby and Chris Singleton with you. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these All-Star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go. And today's starter, Zach Wheeler.
I'm glad that Roki Sasaki's finally taken back what he struggled with last season, where he just wasn't that great. But he's finally started to turn it around this year, and he's obviously started the All-Star game for the American League. But we will simulate our guys until we get to our guys. So Juan Soto will hit third here. Zach Wheeler's done a good job to get the first two guys out. And we will see what Soto can do. Little pop to left field. I was late on the timing. I might have been able to do something with that if I had better timing. But that is the story of my career on MLB The Show. If I only had better timing. And here he is, Roki Sasaki, 9-4 in 17 starts, a 2.43 ERA. I really think that the ERA is what's catapulting him to All-Star game starter. If he had like a 2.9 or 3 even, he probably is not the starter. But that's not a good start. Tommy Edman with a leadoff double in the All-Star game is not a good way to start. Not a good showing for the Royals with Roki Sasaki here. It's okay, we can get through it. Jake McCarthy's up. He will ground foul down the first base line, and we will try to strike him out with a splitter here. And he will make contact. Okay. Kind of upsetting he made contact, but he did. Here comes the slider. Strike 3. McCarthy goes down, and Sasaki's back on track. Now it's time for Ronald Acuna Jr. Always a tough out, and he will continue to be. They're going to send him home. 78 speed. Aaron Judge with the cannon. Not in time. Edman will score, and Acuna's got the first run of the game in the bottom of the first. Steal situation. Throw on to second. He's going to be safe. That felt kind of lackadaisical from the catcher. Who's behind the plate here in the All-Star game for the American League? I'm not sure. He just didn't really even... It didn't feel like he even tried. Salvador would have gunned him down. Is it Adley Rutschman back there? I'm not sure. Whoever it is. Didn't feel that great. And the home run derby champion, Pete Alonso, will strike out. Get caught looking by the Japanese phenom. And Brian Reynolds up to the plate now. He's got a 2-1 count after the fastball. The splitter sends into foul territory, into the crowd. A little souvenir for some fan. Here comes the two-seamer, and he just makes contact. Gets a little tip of the baseball. 2-2, slider incoming. Strike 3 called, bottom left corner. And Acuna is the man to get the run, but Roki Sasaki strikes 3 men out in the inning. We will skip to Bobby Witt's turn. Fly out for Guerrero. Solo homer for Tucker to tie the game up. And that is how the inning ends, with Rutschman going down. But we tie the game at 1 apiece. Tyler Stevenson stares at a fastball, strike 3. Sasaki's got 4. Not Acuna. Albies strikes out. Sasaki's got 5. Nolan Arenado's up. He will foul off a fastball. Is he going to get 6 strikeouts in 2 innings of work? Here it comes. There it is. Roki Sasaki with 6 down in the innings. Oh my God. It's amazing. And Bobby Witt is up now. We will bring up, warm up Alek Manoah because he'll come in next inning for Sasaki. But 6 strikeouts and 1 earned run in the inning. I'd say that's a pretty good showing from our Royals ace. He's back in that conversation. Don't think I forgot it. Brady Singer's having a down season, that's for sure. And Bobby Witt gets on base. So a nice big hit, and we will continue to utilize the players while Bobby Witt is on base. So let's try to steal with Bobby. Hit and run situation. Altuve, it's going to go over the third baseman or Arenado's glove. And Altuve's got himself a base hit with Witt on second. And it's Julio's time. Julio Rodriguez, nobody out. Runner on first and second. And he will ground into a double play most likely, unless he can beat the throw. 97 speed, he can. So it's a fielder's choice. Runners on the corners. for the number 2 man. Yikes. All right, let's see if we can hit with him. I guess I forgot to take him out of the game, or out of the franchise. I guess that's comeuppance for him. All right. Number 3 hitter is our guy Juan Soto, so we didn't have to go too far. Can Juan Soto get himself an RBI? Let's break this game open, Juan. There it is. Oh, how was I early? I felt like I waited forever on that one. Well, that's frustrating. Soto couldn't do anything, and Alek Manoah will come in to replace Mr. Sasaki, but he did very, very well. Very, very well. Couple singles and we get out of the inning. Guerrero, pitching change. Rushman, double, and we're back in. Okay, pitching change for us. We will bring in Carlos Rodon. And we'll try to get a solo homer. Tyler Stevenson opens this game up 2-1. And it's time for Bobby Witt to come back in. Andrew Painter will be the man in relief. So it is 2-1 National League lead after the Tyler Stevenson home run. And Bobby Witt sends that into left field corner. He's got himself extra bases, no doubt about it. A leadoff double for Bobby. Oh, Bobby. I'm liking what Bobby Witt's doing. And now it's Altuve's time. He had a single his first time up. Can he get an RBI? Even though I despise Jose Altuve because we're big-time rivals in the Royals series. And he strikes out. You know what? I'm not mad at it. I'm not angry that he struck out. 1-1 for Julio Rodriguez. J-Rod, what can he do? Sends that to right field. That's going to be enough to send Bobby Witt to third. 98 speed, should be able to get there. And it is. I was never worried. So now it's time to score an RBI. Can we do it? Tie this game back up at 2. Into left field. It's going to be a catch. And an out. We stay down 2-1. All right, we go to the next half of the inning. We'll bring in a pitching change. It'll be Joe Ryan, former Royal. And we will see what he can do. Does pretty well. We will do that, and then Juan Soto will come back in, but this is the final time Juan Soto probably shouldn't even be in right now, but it's too late to take him out, so we will have to swing with him. And Soto might have just hit a home run to tie the game back up. Juan Soto, a solo shot to lead off the top of the 6th, and he's got this game tied at 2. Pablo Lopez, the former Royal. Oh my God. His former teammate has just taken him yard. Juan Soto should not have been in the game at this point. We should be pulling people and putting the backups in now, like the other All-Star players, switching them out. But Juan Soto gets one more at bat and he takes it yard. So now it's time to start switching. I know it kind of seems unfair because I'm taking out everybody that's not a Royal, but I didn't mean to. I was going to take Soto out. Trust me. I just forgot. Nathaniel Lowe will come in, and we will jump back out, swing. We will pinch hit for Kyle Tucker, even though he has a home run as well. Who needs to DH? We have a couple center fielders, a couple catchers, probably catcher. Let's do Sam Huff will DH there, and then Judge will get taken out for... We don't have a true right fielder, so we'll bring in Nick Senzel, I guess. And he will ground out, all right. So we'll pitching change for Garrett Cole. Single, fly out. It's 3-2 National League. I don't like this one bit. But we will pinch hit Adley Rutschman for Will Smith. They bring in Devin Williams. Solo homer ties it, Will Smith. Bobby Witt will come out for Jose Rojas, probably. Yeah, Jose Rojas. Bobby Witt had a really good day, though. And then Altuve will come out for probably Clifford Compton, I guess. Julio Rodriguez out for Seti Mullins, and that's a ground out. Pitching change will bring in Felix Bautista. Oh, Jonathan India, they're starting to bring in their pinch hitters. And that's a good way. It's tied in the top of the 8th. It's getting a little crazy here. Bring in Jackson Holiday. They bring in Josh Hader. Soto will come out for Steven Kwan. He walks. All right. Do we have anybody to pinch hit at first base? Andrew Vaughn. We'll bring in Andrew Vaughn. He strikes out. And then the last guy we have up is Yoni Hernandez. So we'll bring him in and he strikes out. All right. Oh, I didn't. Oops. Okay. I'm glad. I don't think that counted. No, I accidentally hit walk the batter. That would have been bad. Let's bring in Alexis Diaz. Ground out, pinch hitter, strikeout, fly out. Good job. We are top 9. This is getting a little crazy here. We don't have any more pinch hitters, so we got the guy. We got to ride with the guys. Ooh, a walk. That's huge. 2-run homer from Clifford Compton, of all people. I can't believe it. A 2-run homer from Clifford Compton, and you know who's coming in now. It is Camilo Doval to save the game and shut the door on the National League, I should say. He is going to try to shut the door on the National League. A 2-run homer from Clifford Compton. I'm not even sure who that is. It's got to be a prospect that they drafted. It's one team drafted at some point, but he comes in off the bench and hits a 2-run homer in the biggest game of his life? The All-Star game? Unbelievable. You couldn't write it any better. And then we bring in the greatest closer of all time, Camilo Doval, to shut the door on the National League. Oh, that's got to be called strike 2. Come on, ump. You got to give me that break. There's a swing and a miss from Ian Happ. And we will try to strike him out with the slider. It's disgusting. It's got movement. Uh-oh. 5-4. Ian Happ is taking me yard. Oh, Steven Kwan almost got there. All right, that's not good. I will say that much. They bring in, who is that? It's Dansby. They bring in Dansby Swanson. He will ground to the man who possibly won the game, Clifford Compton, for the second out. And now it's time for Jacob Berry. He is the final man, hopefully. He foul tips. Tip. It is a full count, 2 outs, bottom 9 in the All-Star game. He walks. Jacob Berry will walk, and they bring in Frankie Lindor, of all people, to have off the bench. Full count for the win. A walk-off. Nick Senzel to the wall. Oh, it's a walk-off win. Oh, no. It's a walk-off win in the All-Star game. Frankie Lindor did it. Oh, no. On our guy as well. I can't believe it. Camilo Doval has given up a walk-off 2-run homer to Francisco Lindor to win the game for the National League. Why did it have to come against me? I just proclaimed him the best closing pitcher in baseball, and he gives up 3 runs and blows the save. Oh no. Oh, I've made a terrible mistake. Oh, that's rough right there. I'm sorry, Camilo. I didn't mean to do you dirty like that. But we have to look forward to the future. The rest of July is upon us, and now the last major thing we have to take care of is the trade deadline. But let's get through some more games here. Rangers series. Ooh, today's the first day to sign draft picks. Well, here we go. Let's sign some players. John Murphy only has 37 interest. That's going to be pretty tough to get him to sign here. Frank Reyes we actually can offer, so we might as well do that. We have a good amount of money, so let's offer Frank Reyes that. And he has decided to sign the first draft pick of the season. Has signed Frank Reyes. But we'll put, who else needs a little bit of, Strickland needs a little bit more interest. So hopefully these guys get interest, or we're not going to sign them. That's going to be pretty tough. But we get swept by the Rangers. Come on, boys. What are we doing here? Today's another day to sign draft picks. Let's do that. 40%, 39%, 33%. I'm getting a little scared that none of these guys are going to sign with us. Let's just get the guys that we can sign. We can't sign Dana McGinnis. I thought that said 54, not 44. Actually, we can't sign anybody. But we can put Diego Garcia in here. He'll go up to 50% the next time. And we take 3 of 4 against the Twins. I guess that's something. We're still 3.5 games up on the Guardians. And we're looking okay, I guess. We're not doing amazing. I mean, Logan Webb's just not pitching well. Yuri Perez isn't pitching well either, but Logan Webb is just simply not pitching well this season. He is a liability this year. Now we play the Giants, and we won the first game against them, which is good. 50% on Diego Garcia. We'll offer him about that, and he has declined. Diego Garcia says, I'm not interested on those terms. I really hope at least John Murphy gets interested because I want to sign him. He's our pick. Okay, we swept the Giants. That's good. We're on a little bit of a win streak here. Okay, 46% is nice. We'll offer 494, and he's declined again. Come on, Diego. You're not good enough to decline these deals. Come on, who are we kidding? We have swept the A's as well. We are on a huge win streak. We're on a 9-game win streak right now. Absolutely killing the game. And we can sign draft picks again. 49%, so Murphy, by the next time, should be ready to go. I'll offer 528 for Diego Garcia, but I don't want to go higher than that, and I don't have to. He decides to sign on the dotted line. He will come play for us. And we're not going to be able to sign David Yu or probably Johnny Strickland, if we're being totally honest. They're just too low of interest. We're not going to be able to get those guys. But let's continue simulating with the Mets. And Quintana has an injury, torn labrum, over 6 months. His season, and probably most of next season, is over. That's brutal. One of our young prospects that we drafted, decent potential, hadn't been playing too much, but that is a brutal injury for a young player. So now we're going to have to find his replacement. And who is that going to be? Who is that replacement going to be? Probably somebody in the outfield, I would guess. It might be Elijah Green's time now. I don't think George Cruz is ready just yet. I don't want to bring him up just yet. I know he's 25, but I just don't think he's ready just yet. Maybe in the spring he can get some play time. But I think it's Elijah Green's time. He's up. The replacement for Quintana. Can we sign draft picks just yet? Offer contract to John Murphy. I will go 2.51. And he has decided to sign, so our first round pick has decided to sign. That's good to see. We can't offer Russell Ling just yet, or McGinnis. I'll put Strickland in there, but we're not going to be able to get those guys, or that guy, that's for sure. We don't have a valid lineup. We sweep the Cardinals in 2 games, which is nice. And we can finally offer Russell Ling. I'll give him 1.17. He doesn't sign that. Frustrating, but whatever. Keep moving, and today's the trade deadline. Here we go. We are 67-42. We are a good team, but we cannot ride with Logan Webb. I just don't see it as a viable option. He has just not been that good. Yeah, he's lowered his ERA a little bit, but he's just not he's a liability, I think. Maybe he's going to turn it around, but I doubt that he does. He's costing us probably a little bit too much money for him to be this inconsistent. I guess the main concern is, or the main question is, how has his possible replacement been doing? Oh, he's turned it up. George Kirby's starting to win some games. This might be the time to strike on a George Kirby trade. And we also are hopefully able to get Harry Ford with us. I think this is the move. And now they've changed. They said that they don't want to do this straight up. They want a little bit more value back in return. Well, I can give you Ross Chapman, but I don't want to give you Ross Chapman. I can give you... Who do I want to give them? I have a lot of bad players. I would give him Scott Sands, but I can't give him Scott Sands. I don't want to give him a pitcher. I can give him Jackson Kowar. We don't really like Jackson Kowar, so let's do that. Logan Webb and Kowar for Kirby and Ford. I think this is going to be the move. Boom. Our first big trade of the deadline has come about, and we're going to move Harry Ford down to AAA. Send him down to AAA for the rest of the season. He's got one more option left. That's good to know. All right. So now the pitch rotation has Kirby in it. And I'm hoping that he can continue playing well. I mean, Reed Detmers has been amazing. His ERA is a little bit high, but he's been amazing. What do we do with Yuri Perez, though? It just seems like Yuri never really develops. He's super young and pretty good, but he just never really turns out to be anything, does he? And can we trust him in the postseason? Or is he going to screw us? That's the problem. I don't know if he's going to be a guy we can trust when it matters the most. Maybe we need more of a veteran type arm. I'm not sure what we do. I would consider Kumar Rocker in a deal because we have some depth behind him, so it's not like it's the end of the world if we trade Kumar Rocker. But if we could grab ourselves maybe 2 young pitchers for Kumar Rocker, or 1 veteran pitcher, I guess. But we have to be careful about the budget because we have none. Could we turn Kumar Rocker into 2 young pitchers? Probably not. Can we turn him into Kirby Lawrence? No, we can't. That'd be amazing if we could, though. We can probably turn him into Ricky Tiedemann if we add somebody else, but I want somebody that I can trust in the postseason. Who can I trust in the postseason? That's not going to be super expensive. That's the other problem we're trying to fight with. Who can I trust in the postseason that's not going to be crazy expensive? Kyle Harrison, probably can't trust him. He's pretty good, though. We've already tried the Ian Anderson experiment. Garrett Cole, wasn't he just an all-star? I think he was. He's way too expensive. We can't get him. I don't know. Maybe Nate Pearson? 5-4. Probably not the best idea. I mean, we could go with Espino. Maybe. He's only 26. And he's not super expensive. I don't know if there's another deal. I really don't know if there's another deal to be made here. We probably just ride it out with Yuri Perez. I mean, he's hot right now, so maybe he can keep it going. I think that's what we'll do. We'll ride with him. We also have to figure out what we want to do with Brady. I mean, Brady's been a lifelong Royal. He had an amazing 2-year stretch right here where he started to figure it out. We'll keep him for the season, but I don't know what's going to happen with him after that. As far as anything else goes, I don't think this is the time to trade MJ Melendez. Maybe in the offseason or next season at the deadline, something could happen. Pasquantino, it's probably not the time to trade him. Obviously, we're not trading De La Cruz or Bobby Witt. I guess Bo Bichette could be on the way out because he's getting hot, but he's not had the season up to this point that he had the past 2 seasons. We're not trading Juan Soto. We just got Michael Harris. And we're not trading Morales. So is it the Bo Bichette deal? What do we even get for Bo Bichette, though? That's the big question. Like, what is the market for Bo Bichette? What do we need? I mean, we could use a right fielder, I guess, that's a higher overall. Because, yes, Eric Morales has been really, really good and was in battling for the Rookie of the Year. But when it comes to the postseason, can we rely on a young 19-year-old? I don't know. So maybe a right fielder is the option, and that would free up a good amount of money. That's for sure. But then again, who do we go for? Like, who's a right fielder that we want that's not super expensive? There's not really anybody here. I mean, Aaron Judge is making way too much money. I'm not seeing a right fielder other than the guy that we used to have in Teoscar Hernandez. I'm not seeing any right fielders that make sense financially and just that make sense in general. Adolis Garcia is far too old at this point. Yeah, he's declining very rapidly. Acuna would be a phenomenal pickup, but we'd have to give up probably way too much to get him. And it probably doesn't make sense financially. Is there a left fielder that we can turn into a right fielder, maybe? Randy Arozarena probably doesn't make sense. He's already 32. Definitely doesn't make much sense. Oh, let's see. What do we do? Jordan doesn't make sense. Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll's intriguing. And they'd be down for this deal. We could also get something back. Corbin Carroll's got arbitration for another season. He's having a pretty decent year, hitting 278, 12 home runs, 49 RBIs. We might even be able to bring in a pitcher as well. They have a young prospect. They have Phil Baker. He's not super young. But they've got this guy, Enrique Bermudez. We can do this deal. We're going to bring in another pitcher. We bring in Corbin Carroll. We send Bo Bichette to the Rangers. I mean, we have Corona, who I like, who can play second base. Ellie would move back to third. Bobby Witt would move back to shortstop. Ellie would move to third. He's playing second currently. Ellie would move to third. Witt would move back to shortstop. Corona would move to second, or Herbert Don, but probably Corona. So we would have our infield we have our infield situated. It's just, do I want to let go of Bo Bichette after a season and a half? Or two, well, yeah, after a season and a half. Probably not. I think Bo Bichette's probably going to be a off-season move if we do end up moving him. That's probably going to be an off-season move. I think that's going to be the only move we make, is the George Kirby deal. I think that's going to be the only move we make for this deadline. I like our team. I think we're a good team. We're going to ride it out with the players we have, trust the process, and I mean, we're 6 games up on the Guard, so I believe. Let's simulate past the deadline. We won the game, so that's nice. And it's a day to sign prospects. We've got a couple guys struggling. That's okay. Transactions completed, all that stuff. I want to see who got put on the waiver wire. Anybody interesting? Not right off the bat, that's for sure. We have until August 1st, I think, to sign prospects, so we got to make this happen. Oh, actually, it is August 1st, so we have to make guys happen right now. So we're not going to be able to get Johnny Strickland, which is unfortunate. But we can at least offer these guys. We might have to go all the way. And Russell Ling has declined. Not much I can do about that. And I will offer Dana McGinnis a bunch of money, and he's signed. But we can't offer anybody else, and we can't even offer these 2 guys, so we're going to have to just let them ride. All right, kind of unfortunate. We are 7 games up on the Guardians. What are we going to play in the next episode? Probably a home game. Have we played a home game in a while? I don't remember. What was the last game that we played? Was it against Minnesota? Minnesota! Was that the game that we played? I don't remember. It was a home game, though. Yeah, it had to be. I mean, we scored 12 runs. It had to have been me. Although we scored 12 runs up here, and I didn't play against the White Sox, so I don't remember what game we played. I think it was against Minnesota. But I don't remember. Let's play against, I don't know, maybe against the White Sox or the Tigers or something. But the Tigers are the White Sox and Tigers are both bad. I guess we could go up to Yankee Stadium. That could be pretty fun. Let's simulate this White Sox. We know we're not going to play the White Sox. Let's simulate this, and we take 3 of 4 against them. Those are some big wins. And Yuri Perez got the loss. I hope we made the right decision trusting Yuri Perez. That's for sure. Then we can also view our draft picks. And they all suck. The ones we signed, at least. Our first round pick, John Murphy. Really? John Murphy's a D potential prospect? He didn't look that bad. All these guys are D potential. That's brutal. That is a brutal draft. D potential, really? I didn't think he was that bad. That's tough, though. That's a tough way to ride. But it's 2 teams that have the exact same record, right? Yeah, the exact same record. Us and the Yankees are right on track with each other for 2 of the best teams in the entirety of Major League Baseball. There's nobody in the waiver wire that I want. Joey Votto was there. I don't think we're going to play game 1 with Brady Singer. We'll probably jump in and play with Roki Sasaki. So George Cruz, 1 and 2 months with a broken hand. Oh, we win the game, though, 6-0. But a broken hand, man, that's 2 brutal injuries. We lose Quintana for the season, and probably most of next season, too. And George Cruz is gone for about a month and a half, probably. Danny Dietz is also injured. That's tough. That is tough. But next episode, we will head to Yankee Stadium to play the Yankees and Jose Berrios. 2 teams that are pretty hot this year. Are they the best? Are we the best teams in baseball? 73 wins, 72 for the Astros, 71 for the Padres, 70 for the Dodgers, and 72 for the Yankees. Yeah, so it's us and the Astros are the 2 best teams in baseball. And then right there, the Padres, Dodgers, and Yankees. So there's a lot of teams that are right up there, but we are the best with 73 wins. 7.5 games up on the Guardians. I hope you guys enjoyed this extended July episode with the draft, which didn't go our way. But whatever. And then the All-Star Week, I gotta stop saying All-Star Weekend. It's not a weekend. All-Star Week, and then the trade deadline. We made one big move. We brought in George Kirby. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.